Hello everyone, after the fee discussion for trying to define the video games that were going to make the list, we finally can present this work.
That's right, Joshua. Our list might not be the best, but one the best works, and it will definitively show all those video games that made us have a blast these last 2 years.
So Ian, let's not delay this anymore and let's see what this top 10 for us.
Let's see.
Number 10!
Oh, hey Nikki, where are we again?
Island's not on the map. Let's hit it. Do some exploring.
And there's our boat.
Far Cry is an open-world first-person shooter video game developed mainly by Ubisoft, Montreal for
Where did
PC,
you find
Xbox,
that?
and PC3. Far Cry is set on tropical inland between
Check
the
this out.
inland
Are those
and
real?
Pacific
You
Ocean.
getting this
After a
recording?
vacation goes Ari,
My man
protagonist
Jason brings
Jason
the
Brody
heat.
must save his friends, who
Okay,
have
got
been
it.
kidnapped by pirates and escape from the inland
dick.
and its inhabitant.
That's the last one. Cheers, guys!
Cheers! Hey Doug, that's what I'm talking about.
Far Cry is a first-person shooter, which also features role-playing game elements including experience point, skill trees, and crafting system. The player has the ability to take cover behind objects to break enemies, line of sight and to peek around and over cover and blind fire. The player has the ability to perform serious takedowns by performing melee attacks from above, below, or closing behind.
Shoot me motherfucker, let's go!
Shut me, motherfucker! Come on!
Oh fuck. I've never seen a bigger bunch of pussies in my life.
Hey, listen, hermano. The bitch is worth a lot of money, but you and your fucking asshole friend, you're not even worth a bullet.
Come on man, what are you...
Number 9!
Minecraft is an open world game that has no specific goal for the players to accomplish, allowing players a large amount of freedom and choosing how to play the game. However, there is a cheating system. Gameplay by default, the first person good player have option to play a first person mode. The core gameplay resolves around breaking and placing blocks. The game world essentially composed the 3D objects, mainly curved. They are arranged on the pixel grid pattern and represent different materials such as dirt, stone, various ores, or water and tree trunks. We players are more friendly around the world. Objects and items can only place in a fixed location relative to the grid. Players can grade the material blocks and place them elsewhere, thus allowing for various constructions.
Number 8!
The game features three main cities, Havana, Kingston, and Nassau, which reside under Spanish, British, and pirate influence, respectively. The game also features 50 other unique locations to explore, which a 60-40 balance between a land and naval exploration. Assassin's Creed has a more open world feel, with missions similar to those found at Assassin's Creed has two Assassin's Creed 3, which had very script missions and did not give player freedom to explore until the game was well into its third act. The game will encounters jungles, forest ruins, and small villages, and the world is being built to allow players much more freedom, such as allowing players to engage, board, and capture passing ships and swimming to nearby beaches. It's a simple version. In addition, the hunting system has been retained from Assassin's Creed 3, allowing the player to hunt on land and fish in the water.
Number 7!
GT5 is a first game on countries provide the match model with variant of the match depending on whether a vehicle is a standard or premium car. The game also features weather effects, however they are only available on certain circuits. Option stereoscopic 3D resolution and carding from the place in the game. Furthermore, new visual effects have been introduced, including dynamic skid marks, dust, and the ability for divers to flash their headlights. A course editor which allows the player to create new circles using tools that randomly generate track pairs according to the sector player select specification, including the number of corners, the time of the day, and the number of sectors. There are a variety of themes the players can choose from to add a base for each circuit design. Them also have an effect on track lyrics and height elevation.
Number 6.
The game's heads-up display is much the same, composed of two combat systems. The lower left-hand corner features a minimap and compass for navigation, and simplified objective notice about it. The lower right includes a compact ammo counter and health meter. Players can use dual scope weapons, including weapons with different firing modes. They can spot targets in the single-player campaign as well as a multiplayer, allowing teammates to either suppress or eliminate them. Bullet dropping system has become much more innate, allowing players to persist their aim with the environment. And in addition, players will have more survival capabilities, such as countering melee attacks from the front while standing or crouching, shooting with their resilience while swimming, and breathing underwater to avoid enemies.
Number 5.
You know we can get away because I'm calling your name.
Loosely based on Greek mythology, the game is set ancient Greece with vengeance as its central motif. The players control to protagonist Kratos, the former servant of god of war, Ares, who tricked Kratos in killing his wife and child. Kratos renounced Ares, breaking his blood to the god, and was imprisoned by three Furies, the guardian of honor and the forms of Punisher. Helped by our ever-keeper Orcus, Kratos escaped his imprisonment and defeats the Furies. Almost free of Ares' bond, Kratos begins to decipher the nightmares, the plea of him throughout his adventure. The gameplay is similar to often in the God of War series. It's focused on combo-based combat, achieved through the player's main weapon, the Blade of Chaos, and other weapons acquired by the New World weapons mechanic.
Number 4.
Underneath the bridge, the top is sprung.
The Last of Us uses a third-person perspective. The game involves gunfights, melee combat, and a cover system. For most of the game, the player controls Joel. Ellie and other components are controlled by the AI. The player must move through a post-apocalyptic environment, fighting off infected and gangs of hostile human survivors. Typically, the player can attack enemies directly, or use stealth tactics to pass undetected. The game features an alt system called Balance of Power. This new system allows enemies to react realistically to any combat situation they are placed in by taking cover if see the player, calling for help if they need it, and even taking advantage of the player's weakness, such as when Joel runs off a monitor, is distracted, or when he is being attacked by other enemies.
Number 3.
Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. It can't hurt.
The game is played from the first-person perspective, set alternate history 1950 Europe in a world where the Nazis won a Second World War. The single-player story follows Blazkowicz and his efforts to stop the Nazi rule over the war. Blazkowicz is tasked with launching a counteroffensive against the Nazi force. Secondly, become eternally after the limbs caused by their victory. Players use melee attacks, firemen, and explosives to fight enemies, and may run, jump, and occasionally swim to navigate from the location. Melee attacks can be used to silently take down enemies within the tech. Alternative, players can ambush enemies, which will result in an intense firefight between the two parties.
Number 2.
Technology gets stronger.
Black Ops 2 is a first-person shooter, retaining the same gameplay mechanics as previous Call of Duty titles. The players assume the role of a foot soldier when can wield various firearms, throw grenades and other explosives, and use other equipment as weapons. A player close enough to an enemy can kill with a knife blow. A character can take three stances: standing, crouching, or prone. Each affects rate of movement, acquiring, and stealth. The player can drop to the front stance from the standing stance while running and cast momentarily sprint before having to stop. The screen glows red to indicate damage to a player's health, which regenerates over time when the character is within the blast radius of light grenade. And on-screen marker indicates where it is in relation to the player, helping the player to move away or throw it back. Among the weapons used the series in Black Ops 2 are crossbows with bolts and explosive ammunition, dragon breath, rounds, and ballistic knives.
I've been in this game for a lot of years, and I got out alive. If you want my advice, give this shit up.
Skeletons in your closet. It's in the club outside.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is an action-adventure gameplay from the third-person perspective. Players complete missions to progress through the story. Outside of mission, players can freely roam open world composed of the San Andreas open countryside area on the fictional city of Los Santos. To work, Grand Theft Auto 5 is longer in area than early entries in the series. The world may be useful abroad from the beginning of the game without restriction. Our story progress unlocks more gameplay content, players using melee attacks, firemen, and explosives. Fight enemies on may run, jump, swing, or use vehicles to navigate to the world. There is first-person perspective. Also, we use vehicles. They accommodate the map size. The game introduces vehicle types. Option is Predator, Grand Theft Auto 4. So a fixed-wing aircraft in combat of time cover system can be used as assistance against enemies.
It's getting ready to show.